The 2023 Humana Skate America competition will resume in just a few minutes with the men's short program. Andrew Torgashev of Team USA will kick off the event. Last season, Torgashev made a major comeback after sitting out the previous 2 seasons due to injury. At the 2023 U.S. Figure Skating Championships, Andrew captured the bronze medal and earned a spot on the 2023 World Team. Tonight will be his Grand Prix Series debut. Let's see what Andrew has to say about his plans for the upcoming season.
Last season taught me that if you just put your head down and work and truly believe in yourself, you'll also be surprised by the outcomes that you can achieve. Who's Andrew Torgashev this season? I'd say same guy that I was last season, same guy that I was when I was injured and when I was 13 and competing at nationals doing the junior circuit. I've become much more mature and independent in my training process, and I'm able to listen and take feedback much better than I was before. I understand that none of it is personal and it's all just a part of getting better as a person, as an athlete, also as a coach, when I'm kind of sharing this knowledge with the kids that I'm working with to give them the opportunity to push themselves as opposed to just making them do things and forcing them to be better. Let myself be the ones in charge to push themselves. I like to live by the 1% rule. Try to be better 1% each day, and that can go for miles. And you can expect the unexpected from me. I'm really trying to do things differently, push the comfort zone, push the sport, do things in different ways, use different pieces of music that haven't been heard before, do different types of choreography that haven't been seen before, just constantly trying to be different and evolve the sport. I would love to open strong at Lombardia and really make myself a competitor on the world stage and take those few weeks afterwards to regroup and improve for Skate America and start off that Grand Prix series strong in our home country. I know that consistency is key. Consistency in training, consistency in sleep, consistency in nutrition. Really, living a consistent life will bring consistent performances and more enjoyable performances. So I'm all about enjoying this process and enjoying the fruits of my labor afterwards.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 2023 Humana Skate America, the men's short program. It's a pleasure at this time, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce your officials for this event. Please welcome the event referee, Anila Havelschmal. Please welcome your judges. Judge number 1 from the United States, Devany Deck. From Georgia, judge number 2, Ilia.
North of downtown Dallas. It really is a sensational venue, that's for sure. 7,000 seating, and it's at its capacity. And this, the venue for the first event in the Ice Grand Prix Figure Skating Series, Skate America. The scene is set for the second event. It is the start of the men's campaign, the men's short program. 12 guys battling it out here. Just down on the right-hand side as you look at the ice surface there. There, the famous kiss and cry, where it all ends. And we've got skaters from USA, 3 men from the USA, including Ilia Malinin, the quad god. He'll be last to go. And 3 skaters from Japan as well. Shun Sato, who will be second to last to skate. Skater from Azerbaijan, Canada, Georgia, France. Deniss Vasiljevs from Latvia. Is quite the lineup. And if you're a figure skating fan, you're in for a real treat this evening. There's confirmation of how they will go. The 12 runners and riders split into 2 groups. That's the first flight. 2 Americans will lead us off. And that is the final group. What a humdinger of a draw that is for Ilia Malinin, last to go. But that is quite the group, I can tell you. Really looking forward to this. So, just looking down at the list there, 4 of the 12 skaters have used Shailene Bourne for their choreography. There's confirmation of the judging panel. Yes, 4 of the 12 men have used Shailene Bourne, and she was the winner of the Best Choreographer Award at last year's ISU Skating Awards. And incidentally, this season, I think it's the 4th time we've had the event. It's taking place on the 11th of February in Zurich, Switzerland. Quite the spectacle, that's for sure. As is the scene here in this wonderful arena. We're just about ready to get underway to introduce the first 6 men out onto the ice. There they are, pumped and ready to go. Sense the tension, can't you? They just want to get out there on the ice. So a big moment for a lot of these athletes, that's for sure. So to get us underway, back after an awful injury, Andrew Torgashev for the USA. He'll be first to go. Then staying with the USA, it's Maxim Naumov, who will be second to go. Tatsuya Tsuboi from Japan, he'll be third. Then the skater from Azerbaijan, Vladimir Litvintsev. Steven Gogolev from Canada, our penultimate skater in this opening group. And last to go, Nozomu Yoshioka from Japan. So here we go. They've got 6 minutes to get their skating legs on. There's confirmation of how they'll go in this first group. And of course, these skaters wanting to put the pressure on the final group, that's for sure. That's where you'd imagine the medal contenders will be. Certainly no messing around out there. It's a real chance to get a feel for the ice. And of course, soak up the atmosphere. It's completely different to the training sessions that these guys have had earlier on today. So let's take a look at the skaters in this group. Andrew Torgashev for the USA, he'll be first to go. He's 22 years of age, born in Florida, but he trains in Irvine, California with Rafael Aratunian and his team there. Yeah, looking pretty solid. It's great to see him back competing at this sort of level. Bronze medalist in the US Nationals last season. And as a junior, he did pretty well. He was 8th in the Junior World Championships back in 2020. So second to go, Maxim Naumov. Chip off the old block. So much like his dad. Vladimir Naumov, who was World Pairs champion back in 1994. Can you believe it? It was that long ago. But he's looking pretty solid. He's 4th in nationals last year, 10th in 4 continents last season as well. And only competed in one event, that was the Andre Nepal Memorial, where he finished in 11th place. Tatsuya Tsuboi from Japan, that's from Okazaki, trains in Hyogo, 9th in seniors last year, and did well in the World University Games in Lake Placid, where he finished in 2nd place, was 8th in the Challenge Cup in Tilburg this season too. Former bronze medalist in the Junior World Championships a couple of seasons ago. Looking nice and relaxed, really into his knees. That's a given, isn't it, really, for the Japanese skaters? So, 4th to go will be Vladimir Litvintsev from Azerbaijan. Competed in the European Championships 3 times before. Best result was 8th place last season. Looking really sharp out there. fact, he didn't compete in the European Championships last year. It was the season before when he finished in 11th place. But he comes here with not a lot of competition experience this season, so we wish him well. Here, the young man who's now 18 years of age is the youngest competitor in the men's event. This is Stephen Gogolev from Canada. Actually trains in Lakewood in USA. Finished third in the Autumn Classic in Montreal this season. Last to go, it'll be Nozomu Yoshioka of Japan. He was bronze medalist in the World Junior Championships last season, and yeah, just a little bit off on the timing there on the attempt at the toe. A few mistakes here and there creeping in the 6-minute warm-up. We're in the closing stages now. But he's looking pretty relaxed. And there the young man that's going to start the show. He'll just take it easy now.
Competitors, your warm-up has ended. Please.
Maxim just setting up the axle. So that's it, now down to the nitty-gritty. Hang on to your hats, this is going to be quite the show, I think.
Competing on behalf of the United States, please welcome Andrew Torgashev.
And so to get us underway in the men's short program here in Skate America, it's Andrew Torgashev from the USA. Got it all wrong. That should have been a quad toe, just a triple, and you could see he landed on 2 feet. Completely off axis on the combination. The jump pass is coming up now. It's the triple axel, and it needs to be good. Good man, well done. Pristine clean on the triple axel. Ah, what a shame. It obviously wasn't the performance he was looking for, but all credit to him to come back after 2 critical mistakes and land a super triple axel. Well, it really was a crucial mistake. That on the combination. So here he is setting up the quad toe. And he just really didn't go through with that. And there's the combination. The left side completely got away from him. So that should have been his combination. He would have been looking for a triple flip, triple toe there. And that is really going to hurt him. But all credit to him coming back and really producing a beautiful triple axel when, to be honest, his heart must have been in his mouth at that point. Really interesting program there. But obviously, technically, it wasn't what he came here to produce. So Andrew's season's best score is 86.41. Don't think he's going to be close to that. No, 68.71. That's a tough one to take. Yeah.
Taking the ice, representing the United States, please welcome Maxim, Naumov.
So we're staying with Team USA, and this young man finished in 4th place in Nationals last season. He's now 22 years of age, born in Hartford, Connecticut, trains in Norwood, Massachusetts. This is Maxim Naumov. Looked to be fully rotated. That was the quad salco. Yeah, he took a long look at that triple axel, and I think that was short on rotation. That could not have gone better. Triple-less, triple toe. Some fabulous positions in that combination spin. Well, it's a beautiful program, there's no doubt about that, and it was a good comeback there after what was, has to be said, was a shaky start.
From the United States, Maxim Naumov.
Yeah, he's got some courage. I loved the way he didn't let his head drop. He kept pushing through the program. And so easy to reflect on the mistakes, but he didn't do that. He kept focusing on what was to come and kept working on that second score, which is so important as well. The component score of the program is so important. That's reflecting the choreography, the presentation, the skating skills. And he really does have a presence out there. He's got class, this guy. Now, let's have a look. Was this rotated? Yeah, I reckon he got round on that. Maybe in that last quarter. If you're inside the last quarter, so no more than a quarter under rotated, you get a cue to get the base value, but the judges will go down with the grade of execution. Just looking down at the triple axel, yep, the technical panel have deemed that as under rotated. So he's going to lose on the base value of that, and the judges have to go with a negative GOE. So that means it was at least inside that last half. Some really great positions on the spins.
Hi, Isla. Hi, Cody. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, love the attitude, love the presentation. So 70.05 is his season's best. And he's beaten that. 70.73 goes into the lead.
Miss you guys. Love
I
you
think
guys.
he'll take that at the stage.
Here to bring on behalf of Japan, please welcome Tatsuya Tsuboi.
So a young man now who was bronze medalist in the Junior World Championships back in 2022. He's now 20 years of age, from Okazaki in Japan. This is Tatsuya Tsuboi. Well, it was quite the comeback, that's for sure. After that mistake at the beginning on the quad.
Representing Japan, Tatsuya Tsuboi.
Now, he's been close to getting on the podium in the Grand Prix before. Competed in Sheffield. Last year we finished in 5th place. He was 4th in Espoo. That not enough to get him into the Grand Prix finals. And he would have been really hoping for a chance to get on the podium here in this opening Grand Prix. So let's take a look. Did he make the rotation on this? No, that was definitely short. Yeah, looking down, they've given that an under rotation. So the base value of the jump has gone down. But what a comeback this was. Completely rock solid on that triple axel. Here's the combination triple Lutz. Lovely running edge coming out of that. And he kept the Lutz nice and flat on the way in, which enabled him to get good elevation on the second part. Lovely position on that back sit. And that is so difficult. See, he's changed edge on the spin there, gone onto a forward outside edge. That getting him another level, as does that tuck position there, keeping very, very low. And he ticked all the boxes on that spin at the end. So his personal best score is 79.15, got that in the World Junior Championships, where he won the bronze medal. I think he's going to get close to that. Could be in the 70s though. Remember our leader at the moment, Maxim Naumov, with 70.73. Yep, 72.57, he'll go into the lead. Way off his personal best, but he couldn't really have expected much more with the mistake on the Salco at the beginning there. And that's how they stand.
Here to compete on behalf of Azerbaijan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vladimir Litvintsev.
So next up, a young man with a wealth of experience, still only 22 years of age, representing Azerbaijan. This is Vladimir Litvintsev. He's finished as high as 8th in the European Championships. Circle of Life, the music. Oh, it was completely off axis on the quad toe. And again, a little bit short on rotation, I'm pretty sure. Rock solid on the triple axel. Oh yeah, a little bit stiff on the landing. Both parts of that combination. Triple flip, triple toe. Well, I loved the way he sold that program. Really good choice. Music, of course, from the Lion King. Vladimir Litvintsev. Such a pity about that mistake at the beginning. I think in the heat of the moment, I may have said triple toe. It was, of course, a quad toe. Yeah, a lot of skating fans everywhere he goes. Yeah, he's competed in the World Championships, 4 times now. Never got inside the top 10, but been very, very close. He was 11th last season. And this is the first international competition for him this season. And again, another skater that didn't let his head drop after that mistake on the opening element, that quad toe. Yeah, it really was a perfect choice of music for him. Let's take a look. Did he make it round? Was he close? Well, it was certainly short. I think he may well have been inside the last quarter, which won't be too bad for him. Rotation is so important, even if you go down. And there, that clean as a whistle on the triple axel. Just wish he had a little bit more knee bend on the landing of the jumps. You can see here, a little bit stiff. Just makes the landings look a little hard. But he really does have a great presence out there on the ice. Really pleasing to watch. A lovely feel for the music. Some good spins in the program as well. So 2 of them getting the maximum levels for all of the features. The level 4s, one of them getting a level 3. He certainly looks like a young man who's enjoying his time out there, and that is so important, of course. So he's got a personal best of 85.83, got that in the World Championships. A couple of seasons ago, actually. So 74.61, that's enough for the lead. He's a couple of points, just over a couple of points ahead of Tatsuya. There's confirmation of that. Still got 2 to go in this group.
And now taking us representing Canada, please give a warm welcome to Stephen Gogolev.
Well, he's never got on the podium at a Grand Prix, this young man. He's 18 years of age. He's skating to a brilliant piece. Disturbs the Sound of Silence. Stephen Gogolev for Canada. Just the perfect start. Quad toe, triple toe. Now he's got another quad scheduled here. Oh, down he goes. That was the quad salco. And just steps out of the axle. Real sense of purpose on that piece of footwork. Well, it's a beautiful program, choreographed by the magnificent Shailene Bourne.
From Canada, Stephen.
Interestingly, his free programs choreographed by Benoit Richaud. Looking forward to seeing that, and both of those choreographers nominated in the ISU Awards. And of course, Shailene, the eventual winner, just looking down at the ice as he comes off there, shaking his head. Looking at the marks on the ice on that quad sal. Did he make it round? He knows how important rotation is. And of course, it's important to stay on your feet as well. You get a 1-point deduction for the fall, and then the judges have to mark that element with -5s. But what a start to this program. That combination was right out of the top drawer. Get a chance to look at it again. Look at this quad toe. Thundering across the ice, checks hard, reloads. Beautiful triple toe on the end. And here you thought he was off to the races, but it wasn't to be. Down on the quad sal. Well, they've given that a cue. I think that's pretty harsh. It looked to be rotated to me. And of course, the technical panel have the advantage of different views and slowing it right down. There was the triple axel that he stepped out of. So he's going to get the full base value for that. But of course, then the judges have to go down with their grade of execution for that element. And what did he lose? About 2.5 points for stepping out of it. Fabulous spins. I thought the choreography was super. Be interesting to see what they do with Stephen on that component score. The highest is 36 so far, which was Vladimir. But I've got to say, I thought that was better.
The scores, please.
So his season's best score is 86.25. Got that in the Autumn Classic where he finished in 3rd place. It's 74.73. He's going to take the lead, but he'd been hoping for more than that. Yeah, that picture says it all, doesn't it? He was hoping to challenge the skaters that are to come in the final group, but he does lead at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, to welcome Nozomu Yoshioka.
So this young man's a real talent, 19 years of age, bronze medalist in the World Junior Championships last season. What now for Japan's Nozomu Yoshioka? Beautifully clean on that combination, quad toe, triple toe. Dream start. And there's the axel again, a superb running edge on the way out of that. There's the last of the jumps, the triple Lutz, and it was a cracker. Oh, yes. What a way to end this opening group. Sensational in the form of his life. Well, that's what we've been waiting for. Interestingly, on paper, not the most difficult program technically, but goodness me, the quality was there for all to see, wasn't it? Loved it. And I really hope the judges go with that second mark, the component score, because his skating skills are phenomenal. That first, 15, 20 seconds of the program, I don't think he did a crossover at all. He just generated speed by having his weight in the right place and using his edges correctly. It was sensational. And anywhere throughout the program, he never did more than 2 crossovers in a row. Just using his pure skating skills and technique to generate speed. Wonderful to watch. So this is how it all began. That quad toe just about on an outside edge on that right foot. Just a sensational triple toe on the end of it. there, the bracket into that triple axel. And there, the triple Lutz. Perfect outside edge going into that. And of course, every single one of these elements getting a positive grade of execution from the judges, and that is going to be so important as we go into the second group. Yes, there are going to be skaters that are going to do 2 quads in this short program, but they've got to do them, and they've got to do them with quality if they want to beat this guy. He ticked all the boxes on all of the spins, got the highest level 4s on everything, and the step sequence, and really super to see that. And the way he used the music, I think, was as good as anybody. This guy's never been in the 80s, not been close to the 80s before, but I would have thought that would be knocking on the door. Or yeah, 87.44. Wow, that's fantastic. Great technical scoring. Good to see the judges really did go with that component score. 38.49 was his component score, by far and away the best, and he shoots into the lead and throws down the gauntlet to the final group. That's how they stand. We've got 6 to go. And it's Nozomu Yoshioka of Japan leading the way ahead of Stephen Gogolev of Canada. And there he is, the quad god. He'll be last to go. Looks relaxed. This should be fun. Hang on to your hats. This is quite the lineup. So, to get us underway, Andreas Nordeback from Sweden. And from Georgia, Nika Egadze. Love this guy. Let's hope he can hold it together. Kevin Aymoz for France will be 3rd to go. What a man. Deniss Vasiljevs for Latvia will follow Aymoz. Then it's Shun Sato of Japan. Remember, Japan leading at the moment.
Representing the United States, Ilia.
And there, what a look. Ilia Malinin, last to go for the USA. But he's saying no quad axle in this short program. He wants to try and skate clean and make his possibility of making it into the Grand Prix finals as good as possible. There's confirmation of how they go in this final group, in this men's short program here in Skate America. 6-minute warm-up. And good to see a pretty good crowd here for this first Grand Prix of 6. So first to go, Andreas Nordeback of Sweden. Young man who finished 11th at the World Junior Championships last season. Competed in Europeans for the first time this season and finished in a very creditable 9th place. Just 19 years of age. Winner of the Nordics Open in Reykjavik this season as well.
7th at the European Championships, and last year turned in a 5th place performance at the
He'll be followed by Nika Egadze from Georgia, who again had a fabulous skate at the European Championships, where he finished in 7th place. Was runner-up in the Andrei Nepela Memorial Trophy in Bratislava as well, and he had a bronze medal in Bergamo as well in the Lombardia Trophy.
European Championships pewter medalist, started skating in 2003.
Kevin Aymoz, 4th in both Worlds and Europeans last season.
He considers himself a coffee connoisseur. Competing for France, Kevin Aymoz.
sometimes vulnerable with the nerves, always wonderful to watch, and a guy that really wears his heart on his sleeve. Can't wait to see him, Kevin Aymoz, for France. And Deniss Vasiljevs, you won't want too much of that. That's more like it. Get a skating feed on here. Looking forward to this program. It is a masterpiece. He's skating to Hallelujah, and really looking forward to seeing that. Bronze medalist in the European Championships a couple of seasons ago, and he's competed in a couple of events this season. Finished second in Thailand and 7th in the Andre Nepala Memorial. Shun Sato will follow him. He's 19 years of age. From Sendai. Trains in Saitama. Bronze medalist in the 4 Continents Championships last season. Goodness me, he looks nice and sharp out there. Timing's perfect. More of that, please, Mr. Sato. Won the Challenge Cup in Tilburg this season. Runner-up in the Finlandia Trophy in Espoo. Last to go. There he is. Had a really good practice this morning. Lovely program. Ilia Malinin. He just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? Bronze medalist in the World Championships last season. And he won both of his Grand Prix last season. Won Skate America, so he comes here as the defending champion. Won in Espoo in Finland, and eventually finished in 3rd place in the Grand Prix finals last year. He'll be looking for more if he possibly can this season. Just a reminder, the Grand Prix season ends up in Beijing, China, in the 2nd week of December. Skaters have a couple of weeks break after the last of the Grand Prix. 6 events. Next week, we're off to Canada, Vancouver. Then our first trip to Europe, Grand Prix of France in Angers. Oh, he looks good. Yes. Timing superb there for Malinin. So after the Grand Prix of France is off to China. Then Espoo in Finland, and the last Grand Prix in the series, the NHK Trophy in Osaka, Japan. So much pressure on the shoulders of Malinin, new pressure, but he's grown so much, not just in stature, but mentally. Oop. A little bit of a pop there from Shun Sato. I'll put that behind him. And Ilia looking so composed, he knows what he has to do. We're in the closing stages of this 6-minute warm-up. Just to remind you of how they go. Nordeback for Sweden first to go, then Egadze for Georgia. It'll be followed by Kevin Aymoz for France. Then it's Deniss Vasiljevs for Latvia. Shun Sato will follow him for Japan, and last to go, Ilia Malinin for the USA. And there's confirmation of the lineup for this final group.
Next to compete and representing Sweden, please give a warm welcome to Andreas Nordeback.
So to get us underway for the final group here in the men's short program, from Sweden, just 19 years of age. Skating to Personal Jesus by Depeche Mode. is Sweden's Andreas Nordeback. Scheduled in this program, so he needs to go clean. There's a super start, loads of speed in and out of that triple axel. Oh, and he got it all wrong on the combination. Well done. Fights for the triple toe on the end. Should have been a triple Lutz in the front, but it was just a double. For that, just a double flip, got it all wrong. It had to be a triple. What a shame that was. It started off so well with that glorious triple axel. And then he faltered on the next two jump passes, which is going to cost him because the base value of the program wasn't there. Yeah, he knows in his heart of hearts that program had to be clean to give him any chance of competing against these guys. Love the concept of the program, but as we've seen so many times before, it just doesn't come off if those technical elements elude you. Great look at the beginning. Program choreographed by David Wilson. And there's the start, that super knee bend on the way out of that axle. But this is when it all started to go wrong. You can see he was completely on axis on that first part of the combination, just a double Lutz, and by hook or by crook he wasn't going to let the second part go. Scrambled a triple toe on the end. A little bit of travel into this flying camel, but he does well to get a level 4 out of it, maintains control. Really difficult positions here. And then just a double flip. His confidence had gone there, I think. And as I said before, that solo jump has to be a triple or a quad. You can't do a double in the short program, so he gets no points for that, which is going to really hurt him. 67.42 is his best score this season. Yeah, 66.28. And he is 7th of the 7 that we've had so far, and really couldn't have expected much more than that.
Here to compete on behalf of Georgia, please welcome Nika Egadze.
So next up, the 21-year-old from Georgia. 7th in the European Championships last season. First time he'd made it through to the free. What now? For Nika Egadze. He did so well on that. Not a great running edge out of that quad sal, but still able to get triple toe on the end. Now, setting up the quad toe. And he makes it perfectly. No hesitation into that triple axel. Well, I think it's going to be 7 green lights. It is for Nika Egadze. No negative grade of execution on any one of those 7 elements in that short program. He could not have skated that any better. Technically quite brilliant. And this is a guy who really has found his form in the last couple of seasons. If you go back to 2022, he finished 28th in the European Championships. Didn't even make it into the free. Beginning of this year, end of last season, 7th place at Europeans. And here he is performing superbly and with a real shot, getting himself into a medal position here in this short program here in Skate America. Yeah, he's a little bit tight here and there. Could get down in the knees, but he does tick all the boxes. Level 4s on, yeah, all 3 spins. Well, in fact, the first spin just getting a level 3, but apart from that, everything else 4 and the step sequence as well. And showing us here, he's got nerves of steel. I'm quite sure that was a crossfoot spin at the end there, if he needed that for one of the levels. So Caesar's best score, 84.11, got that in the Andre Nepelar Memorial, where he finished in 2nd place. That was his last event prior to this Grand Prix. 84.47 is his personal best, got that at the NHK Trophy, and he's beaten that, 85.76. It is 2nd place. He slots in behind Nozomu. Looks a little disappointed, but that's how they stand.
Now taking us, representing France, please give a warm welcome to Aymoz.
An enormous fan base everywhere he goes, and rightly so. 26 years of age now, the oldest of the competitors in the men's events. Wish him well here. The wonderful Kevin Aymoz from France. Oh, just great quad toe, triple toe. Such a difficult entry into that triple axel from the spread eagle. Foot perfect on the triple lutz. Well, it doesn't get much better than that.
From France, Kevin Aymoz.
He didn't disappoint, did he? A man who really does wear his heart on his sleeve, but when the chips are down and he's got his skating legs on, he is tough to beat. Well, that's where art and sport come together, isn't it? Just beautiful to watch. John Zimmerman, Sylvia Fontana there, greeting him at the door. They must be so proud. It was a joy. 2 minutes and 40 seconds that flew by in an instant.
I got so confused in the second spin. I was like, I don't remember in which
It was a joy. Just look back at some of the highlights. There were so many, weren't there? Only 7 elements in the program. But goodness me. See that entry into the axle? It's so difficult from the spread eagle. The spin's just beautiful. So many picture moments throughout that program. And there, the last jump past the triple nuts. Yeah, just the one quad in the program, but it was a corker.
in the footwork I was thinking of, I was almost giving birth. You see what I mean? I was like,
Just wonderful. Thank you very much, Kevin. It was a joy. We've seen so many emotions over the years, haven't we? But that was just a masterpiece. So he's going to go into the lead. He's got to with that performance.
The short program score for Kevin Aymoz of France.
Yeah, it's huge. 97.34. Rightly so. He's going to be right in the mix at the end of the day, that's for sure. Well done, Kevin. And thank you.
Now taking us, representing Vladimir, please welcome Deniss Vasiljevs.
So on the side there, inspirational words from the wonderful Stefan Lombiel as he sends out his charge. 24-year-old Deniss Vasiljevs from Latvia. Music, Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Oh, down on the quad sow. It looked to me as though it could have been a bit short on rotation too. Back on track with a wonderful combination, the Lutz and toe. Oh, he really wound that up. I think he gave it too much. That was the triple axel. Well, he didn't disappoint as far as the program was concerned. But technically, ouch.
From Latvia, Deniss.
Another skater with a huge fan base wherever he goes, and rightly so. Just an exquisite style. Another skater with amazing presence. And always a joy to watch, but just technically, it wasn't to be there, was it? That quad sow just looking down there, giving it a cue, so he was inside the last quarter and again on the axle as well, and that may be the reason that he went down on both of those. You can't take your eyes off him, can you? There's always something going on. Let's take a look at that Salchow. Plenty of elevation. Didn't quite get over the right foot, did he? You could see that little bit of a lean all the way through it. But he came back very strongly with loads of elevation on that first part of the combination and a cracking toe on the end. That was the Lutz toe. And this, I just felt he'd wound that back outside edge up so much. Got so much torque on the forward outside edge going into the triple axles. Makes it really difficult to control as far as the spins were concerned. And of course the footwork, there's his trademark position. Level 4s and everything else, so he's getting points there. The component score's not going to be quite as high as it would have been had he stayed on his feet.
The short program score for Deniss Vasiljevs.
So 75-84, it's fourth place at the moment. And we've got 2 to go still. There's confirmation. Still Kevin Aymoz for France out in front. By some way.
Please welcome to the ice, representing Japan, Shun Sato.
Just 19 years of age. From Sendai, trains in Saitama. Bronze medalist in the 4 Continents Championships last season. This is Shun Sato. Music from Astor Piazzolla. Dream start. Quad toe, triple toe. Oh yeah, just couldn't quite maintain control on the quad flip. Great effort though. Back on track with a rock-solid triple axel. Oh, fabulous interpretation. I love that step sequence.
From Japan, Shun Sato.
And everything in it but the kitchen sink. In fact, I think the kitchen sink was in there somewhere. Brilliant. Really enjoyed that. Well done, Shun Sato. And he took it all in his stride right from the off, didn't he? Fantastic spins in that short program as well to match the quality of that step sequence. Just that one mistake on the quad flip where he just couldn't maintain control at the end. And the edge going into it looked a bit suspect as well. That foot needs to be on an inside edge. Here's a look at the combination at the beginning. Just the perfect landing position, so strong in the upper half of his body. Here's the flip. Yeah, I'm not sure that was an inside edge on the way in, and you can see he stepped out of that. Looking down, they've given him a warning, so I think he's got away lightly with that. But he does lose, what, over 4 points on the GOE on that triple flip, quad flip, sorry. Just sensational on the spins. And it's always great to see when you keep the choreography going while you're in the spins also. Forward outside edge there. Outright position, that's a tricky one to do. Not out of breath at all, is he? So there's the team. What does he need to go into the lead? 97-34 is the leading score at the moment from Kevin Aymoz. And I don't think he's going to touch that. What's his season's best? Is 87-47. Could he get 90?
The short program score for Shun Sato.
Yes, he can. 91-61, second place it is. They look surprised with that, but I think it's well deserved. Best score of the season so far. Job well done. Now our final skater.
Please welcome to the ice, representing the United States, Ilia Malinin.
Well, so much expectation, but you sense he can handle it. Taking it all in his stride. He was good in practice this morning. This is a fabulous program for him. Choreographed by Shailin Bourne. We wish him well here. The one and only Ilia Malinin for the USA. Just a beautiful running edge coming out of that quad turn. Now a huge combination. Quadlets, triple toe. And there's the last of the jumps. The triple axel. Oh, goodness me. Well, he didn't disappoint.
Representing the United States.
Just fantastic. Just about everybody on their feet. What a performance that was. And he had to hold his nerve to come out after the brilliant performance we saw from Kevin Aymoz. He had to be on his game. And he was. In fact, like I've never seen him. As a proud dad. That was quite the skate from Ilia. Well, just looking down every single element, getting a positive GOE. That triple axel in the second half gets that extra 10% as well. The program was just genius. Choreographed by Shailene Bourne. Look at the running edge, that classic landing position out of that quad toe at the beginning. There's that huge combination, quadlets, triple toe, 16 points, wasn't it? No, 18, 18.3 after the grade of execution he got for that. Well, we're going to be over 100 for sure, but by how much? He hasn't been, well, he's just been over 100 this season, 100.87 in the Autumn Classic. I have a feeling this was better than that. His personal best is 105.9. He got that in the World Team Trophy this year. It's got to be close to that, you think? Oh yes, he goes into the lead, shooting into the lead. That is very, very close to a personal best. What an evening of figure skating that was. It didn't disappoint. So that's how it finishes. The top six there. Malinin leading, Kevin Aymoz, who was brilliant in second. Shun Sato with that slight mistake in third. The Japanese boys locked together. Nozomu just behind him. Egadze, who skated so well, and Deniss Vasiljevs, who technically couldn't hold it together, but as far as the artistry was concerned, just wonderful. So that's your top six. It's going to be an interesting battle for the medals further down. Gogolev for Canada in 7th. Litvintsev there in 8th. Tsuboi in 9th. Then the 2 Americans there. And Andreas Nordeback at the end of the pile. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It's certainly was a fantastic event. The medals decided in the men's tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The men's free starts. Just before that, the women's short program will take place. That's at around 6:15 tomorrow. And we start a bit earlier, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the rhythm dance, and that'll be followed by the pairs free at around 3:30. So all that coming up tomorrow. If you've enjoyed what you've seen today, I hope you can join me. My name's Chris Howarth. I've had a blast and looking forward to the next 2 days of competition. But for now, from the Credit Union of Texas Event Center here in Allen, Texas, from Skate America, from myself, Chris Howarth, hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grand Prix of the season. It's Skate America. Join us in the Credit Union of Texas Event Center.